My name is Edward Bang. I'm a chef at Omai in Baldwin Village. My background is Korean. My family had moved to Vancouver when I was 16, and I had spent my high school days and college days there. I started out as a sushi cook, and I was a sushi cook for 8 years. And within that period of time, I had owned the restaurant of my own for 3.5 years. And then I moved on to, I decided to move on to getting some schoolings, and then that's when I went to CIA upstate New York. After graduating, I had spent some time at Blue Hill at Stone Barns and 11 Medicine Park before I moved to Toronto. After moving to Toronto, I had worked at West Lodge, Patria, and Canoe. And then I met Jason and decided to open this place. So after moving to Canada, growing up as a teenager, my mom had always cooked Korean food at home. It was nothing out of the ordinary, just straight up Korean food. At a certain point, before going to school, every breakfast was always a feast, just like how it was in Korea. So at a certain point, it was a denial stage. So I always had cereal instead of a full meal for breakfast. But like looking at my mom cooking a lot of the Korean food, it naturally just built up an interest in me, and I started asking questions, how it was done and how it was cooked. That's when I started developing my interest in cooking. I got into sushi just naturally. I started working for this, my chef, ever since I was in high school. I started out as a server, and had known him for many years since he started his own franchise. And then by that time, I had graduated college and was looking for a career path, and just suggested that I would start as a cook, and then that's how it all started. And just naturally, I looked back and had been 8 years, and then that's when I wanted to get some proper education and proper training, and that's how I got into CIA. So the Korean and Japanese influence in my cooking had naturally come in. When I first started cooking French food, I thought that was the only way. I didn't want to go back to doing any kind of Asian food at all. And after cooking French food and some other cuisines for many years, I was naturally looking for the flavors that I was used to and the skills that I had. It just naturally came into my foods. The word fusion, I don't super hate it. People still use it, and if that's what they're comfortable with, I encourage them to use it. But I know for a fact in the industry we stopped using that word for many different reasons. I don't necessarily call my food fusion because it's everything that I learned, everything that I have experienced throughout my life, and that's how I express my food. And when I look at my food, you can call it whatever, but it's just my own food. I could call it. I could even call it Canadian cuisine because I'm using local producers or local ingredients wherever possible. So one of the temakis that we serve here is kampachi with grilled sautus and tarragon. We use tarragon as one of the flavor components, which is pretty unusual for Asian cooking. It's commonly used in French cooking, when fish is cooked. So that's how I came up with the flavor combination. The other thing I can say is the tamago truffle. Egg and the truffle is always a classic combination, and that's how I came up with tamago and truffle, and worked out pretty well. Some of the kitchen foods that we have here is the fried chicken, which is a very humble dish. Right now, we seasonally change the flavor, but right now we're serving Korean-style fried chicken, which is served in two different flavor combinations. The one is gochujang maple glaze with toasted almond. The other is Sichuan pepper spiced. That is a pretty classic combination of Korean fried chicken served with daikon pickle. Our beverage program started out with only sake. We wanted to complement our food. My food is it's not very pungent in any way. It's very subtle. So we're looking for appropriate beverage program, and then because we represent a lot of Japanese flavor here too, we brought in sake, and that's when we started. And we wanted to be very accessible with our beverage. So when we first started, we served every sake by the glass, and right now we're slowly introducing different beverage, such as whiskey, some natural wines, and some local beers, local craft beers. Where we're located is very accessible from University Avenue. There's a lot of restaurants in the area, and I think we're targeting a very niche market. But I think what we're doing totally makes sense for lunch, and for lunch we only focus on hand rolls and some of the snacky kitchen food. And for dinner, of course, we're trying to attract any crowds in the area. We're a place where you can have a drink or two, you're coming for a snack. We're trying to be very casual, we're trying to be comfortable. We think of our restaurant as our home, so we feel like it has to be very inviting. And when you come in for anything, I think you should feel very comfortable. Also have time to drink something.